Another week jam-packed with key economic data and more testimony to come in Washington from Fed Chair Powell that awaits us as we head into the final week of June. Snow, meanwhile, set to host its 2023 AI and Big Data Conference in Las Vegas. We'll get earnings from the likes of Micron, BlackBerry, Nike, and CCL. Economic releases include the final Q1 GDP reading, Michigan consumer sentiment, and May PCE. Another dose of your weekly market prep. The week ahead preview right now. The week kicks off with earnings on the docket Monday. Pre-market, we'll get the latest numbers from Carnival Corporation. Since its latest bottom in April, the stock has rallied an impressive 80+% heading into the report. Most analysts are expecting CCL to once again point to record demand to come throughout the remainder of this year. Coming off an ugly 2022, though, for the stock, CCL has beat estimates in its last two earnings reports. During the session Monday and for Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll keep Snow shares on watch along with Nvidia. SNOW, data analytics and cloud computing firm, is set to kick off its three-day AI and Big Data Conference in Las Vegas starting on Monday. At 2 p.m. on Monday, the company's CEO will be joined for a fireside chat with Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang. On to Tuesday we go. We get straight into more important economic data for the overall market and economy. The releases come fast and furious, starting in the pre-market at 8:30 Eastern. We'll get the latest durable goods orders data for May. Then at 9 Eastern, the April home price index. At 10 Eastern, new home sales for May. And the big release for the day comes at 10 a.m. as well. The Conference Board's consumer confidence reading for June. Last month, this reading showed a better than expected reading on overall confidence, but data also suggested the market and investors in general were maintaining a cautious approach. Pre-market as well, we'll keep an eye out for earnings from WBA. We'll also watch for AI-related developments continuing to come through with Snow's AI conference in Las Vegas on day number 2. In addition, both Delta and BlackBerry shares could be on the move, as both are set to host their annual shareholder meetings throughout the session. Delta's will get underway at 8 a.m. Eastern. After the close, another regional bank tops earnings reports. JEF shares could be worth a watch given the volatility we've seen in the group this quarter. We'll keep an eye out for their report. Just like that, it's Wednesday. After his two-day testimony last week, Fed's Chair Powell is back in the hot seat once again starting Wednesday, presenting the Fed's semi-annual monetary policy report to Congress this time. Last week, we saw limited market reaction to Powell's comments to the Senate, suggesting that not one but two additional rate hikes could be in store for the remainder of this year. Wednesday, before the market opens, we'll watch for earnings from General Mills as well. The earnings calendar then shifts to after the close, when we'll hear from both BlackBerry and chipmaker Micron, finally set to come through with its earnings. Last week, Micron confirmed it will invest up to $800 million in a new manufacturing plant in India. Overall, the stock has lagged behind the rest of the group, though, adding just 26% since its March lows. On to Thursday, more key economic releases are scheduled for the pre-market Thursday, starting at 8:30 Eastern. We'll watch for the final print on Q1 GDP. We'll also get weekly initial jobless claims and Q1 PCE final numbers. The initial look at Q1 GDP showed an impressive 1.1% uptick in economic output during the quarter, but the number was still shy of overall estimates. The report pointed to slumping inventories and a general decline in private investment that held back early gains. Inflation was also higher than expected in that quarter, with the PCE price index rising to 4.2% against a 3.7% estimate. After the close, the market will focus on Nike earnings. Most analysts are once again looking for a decline in year-over-year numbers, but expectations are for an uptick in Q4 revenue. The market will also pay close attention to any comments from the company on its current Chinese market and the overall state of business in that economy. Just like that, it's Friday, setting up to be one of the most important days of the overall week and month potentially for the market, with the May PCE print set to come through at 8:30 Eastern. At 9:45 then, we'll get the Chicago PMI. Then at 10, might be a market mover, Michigan consumer sentiment, the final June print which also includes an inflation expectations. The preliminary numbers here showed sentiment rose to a 4-month high overall. Also on Friday in the pre-market, there is one notable earnings name, Constellation Brands, STZ, set to report their earnings. As always, we'll bring you all the action live as it happens daily on TraderTV.Live.